everybody, welcome back to Vintage Story, episode 41 with me, Sid. This is actually the first episode I've recorded since I got back from my holiday to Crete. I've got a bit of a sore throat, so apologies if my throat is a bit gravelly, and I'm going to probably talk less than usual, which may be a blessing, who knows. But rather than do my usual style of play and talk as I go, I've actually done something slightly different this time around, and I've actually done a whole bunch of sections of work out in the world. And well, the first thing I actually needed to do was gather a whole load of stone. And once you've got all that stone, we're going to use that to make another field with stone walls around it, same size as the other two. And the reason for this is quite simple. I got a comment on a previous episode from Jürgen Patton, who said, look, you know, this entire thing with minute nutrition levels in fields is dead easy. All you do is you have 3 fields and you put a chest in front of each of them, and in one chest you put all of the things that use nitrate, in one chest you put all of the things that use phosphate or potassium, I can't remember which one it is, and the other one, and then every time you harvest you move the contents of the chest round and you rotate that way, and then the things go up. So let's quickly build a field. Once you've got a field, of course, I wanted to finish connecting up all of the areas of my current base with paths. So using a whole load of those stones we harvested, because we didn't use anywhere near as many as I harvested for the walls, and a bunch of dirt, we will go and connect up the pumpkin patch and the quarry and expand the paths, so we've got nice 2 wide paths everywhere, because the path's speed is just brilliant. And of course, digging paths by hand, not the best thing. I've also worn out my bronze pick to a level which, you know, was quite, actually wore out the spare broken pick, and I've worn out the decent pick almost down. And yeah, so using some of that bronze I got from sifting the bones, you know, let's get ourselves some nice bronze tools, a bronze shovel and a replacement bronze pick, for example. And while we're waiting for that bronze hardware to cool, we have some crops that need harvesting, because we're going to have to do some work in the fields to replace all those blocks, get them all nice and set up. So yeah, a little bit of farming to finish off the time-lapse montage. And with all of that time-lapsing out of the way, let me show you what we've got. Now, it is worth noting we are on the latest version, 1.17.3 stable. So there has been an update since. And I missed a couple of things. Some of the crops are still not ripe in here because of just the mixture of stuff here, but a lot of changes. The game to me looks a lot more vibrant, a lot richer and brighter. The shaders look nicer. Just in general, a very nice improvement, really. Just do that in there for now. But yeah, so we put in this lot. I have moved that little torch over there. This needs digging out, water needs to go in, usual stuff. But the paths here are all now too wide. And we have connected up the path over here to the pumpkin patch. And getting more pumpkins growing. There are a few changes. For example, my bronze sword is now a tin bronze falx, so that seems to be yeah, bronze. Looks like swords in bronze and stuff. You've got a blackguard short sword made with an iron short sword, and okay, and that is okay, fine, and lots of other things. But this is just stunning game. I still love it. So we should, let's have a quick sprint down here. These paths just make so much difference. I may take these out and round these off a bit as well, rather than have these bits poking out here. But what effectively we've got now is we've got a bronze shovel head and we've got a bronze pickaxe head. Now the bronze pick we don't need currently, but I do like to have a spare, and the bronze shovel. Still think the shovel is one of the worst rendered tools, but you know, that's, I suppose, opinion really. Yeah, those bronze, that bronze actually came from, as you probably saw, from the bronze, not the bronze scales or bronze lamellae, but the bronze chain that I had, which gives you 2 ingots worth. So, you know, very nice, very useful. And the next thing we need to do is go and grab probably 3 of those to start off with. I'm not sure how much I've still got 5 of them. Let's see how much I use, because if I want to replace those other 2 and set them all up this way, then that would be sensible. I am tempted, yeah, I think I will extend this out to be 2 as well, just so we're not getting that little bit of inconvenience there. But we've got our... Whoops, hello. Oh, actually, yeah, I suppose I could just well, where... Wow, I've not done the undersides of these with the non-growing blocks, because I'm hoping that the problem I had with that grass replacing blocks is solved in this version. I mean, I've not seen any evidence to say that it is solved in this version, but you know, we have to work on the optimistic basis that it is. And what I'll do is I'll take that medium fertility out from underneath and replace it with the dark stuff the dry stuff we're picking up off the top, so you know, we at least don't use all of the medium fertility stuff that we have. Actually, because I didn't have any dry dirt in my inventory, we should be able to. Now I know I'm going to dig these up, and it is a slight waste of durability, but you know, it's minor. We'll just take these out. It'll tell me exactly how many blocks of medium fertility stuff I'm going to need. I should probably make myself either a copper, and I've got I think I've got a copper chain, so I could make myself a couple of copper tools, and one of them should be a hoe, because the stone hoe just doesn't last 5 minutes. Right, so what do we got? We actually have got 63. So basically 3 stacks is going to be enough for whatever we want to do. I'll just pull this out and replace this with a bit of the dry though, just to, you know, push our stocks a little bit better. I also need to consider eating, because my food levels are going down. But right now, let's not worry about food. Let's get this field in. And then I can check the other fields to make sure that they're doing. Now, I don't want to wreck those crops that haven't grown fully yet, which is kind of why I wanted to get this done first and then deal with that last field. So yeah, lots of changes. It's worthwhile. I mean, rather than me go through all of the changes, the change log is our friend here. So yeah, but the render engine has definitely, I think, improved. I'm not quite seeing the level of heat off the PC as well, because I was over the summer while we was having those particularly warm days. I was seeing a lot of overheating on my, well, not overheating, but it was running hot. Let's just say that. Yeah, this will, I think, do the job nicely. And we can just grab those out, get the water in, and then see about the next field. I also need to see about the chests and the tools. So let's pass the night, and that needs to be sorted as well. In fact, I shall do that now before I go to sleep, because I need to get that strong tanning going. And for that I need 5 oak. I should actually put the second large trough in there so I can put more food in with the sheep as well. That would be, I feel, a sensible move. Right, and that's going to take 24 hours. Okay, that's fine, it's not too bad. Right, time to eat, sleep, and I will see you in the morning. Alright, I'm going to go with the copper hoe. I didn't bother using the copper chain because that would actually take a lot longer than just using one of the existing copper ingots I've got. You know, we can do the process the metals we've got later. We'll take you with our bare hands, place it. I want to make a copper hoe. Okay, so let's refresh my memory. I want to do that. Nope. Wow, that really is losing an awful lot of material from the top. It's almost like when it says, oh, the hoe requires an ingot, what it actually means is it requires about 1/3 of an ingot. Because there is no way that all of that copper was used there. So yeah, I mean, I understand why there's not a huge drive to make the system work with fractions of ingots and stuff, although apparently there is a mod that will do that for us. And my next playthrough of Vintage Story will almost certainly be modded, but before we do that, I really feel like, you know, we should play vanilla. It's been a long, well, for me it's been a long time coming, because I lost sight of it. If we're brutally honest, we lost sight of the mod. You know, I had it, didn't play it, played it for a little bit when it was really early access. It was obviously nowhere near complete, and then just never got the opportunity to or the inclination to go back and look at it, and I'm really glad I did, because other than the utterly ferocious wolves, oh yeah, that's a thought, we've got more bears in the game, just worth mentioning there. There are antelopes and there are salmon, but the salmon are decorative only. You can't kill them or do anything with them at the moment. That is going to come in a future update, apparently. There's a whole load of decorative blocks which have been added, which are placeholders for a lore update, apparently, which is coming along, which sounds really fascinating. Although, again, I'm assuming that you can't craft those, just because, you know, wouldn't make a lot of sense, would it, if they're placeholder blocks. I don't know how long this, whether I'd be better off sticking with stone hose, because, or flint hose anyway, just because the durability of this is going down ferociously quickly. But it doesn't matter, we'll get this stuff done, and then we can go and have a look at the other field. Now the other field is different, obviously, because it has the little hedge of bushes down the middle, but that's fine. It's not, all fields are not made equal, and I really should get myself a new knife as well. Again, not sure what material to make it out of, but let me finish this off. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, that's the first one done. The other thing that's been added is water is now a different layer, so it reacts differently, which is a little bit odd with the way it's coming up over the edge of the thing there, but you can actually have items in there now, so you can have water in a fence and it will flow through fences. Now, the only thing left in here is this flax, and I think I am going to just retrieve the seeds if I can for this one, because I don't think they're going to grow. So, you know, you can see here that these are all fairly abused. So the next thing I think is to get the shovel and dig this lot up and replace it with a thing. Now the hoe, yeah, it really isn't worth investing in a copper hoe. I don't think they don't last long enough. The other field we have to do is, of course, this one, which is that's not there yet. These are still not there. These are still not there. I mean, we're getting closer. But let's leave this field, give it a bit longer to grow, and let's go and do the other one. And also I need to think about making myself a new knife, because my old one's dead. Right, that I think is full. It is, so I'm going to have to throw those in there. Might as well chuck that in there as well. Yeah, let's get the next field done. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, that's the second field done. Just the last one to do. I was just curious actually what the actual season is. It's August, which means it's still actually summer. Plenty of sowing time. Yeah, these don't last very long at all, but they are effectively free. So that is a big old decider when it comes to stuff. Now I would like to make, what shall we go with? Walnut. Let's take our walnut. we are still have to get the last thing done. We also probably need to make ourselves a new saw before long as well. Although it's not too bad. Right, now if I want to make a chest, let me refresh my memory. A wooden chest, blah blah blah, and we use 2 to make a double. Do I want a double, or is a single going to be enough? Single has got 16 slots. They've got 8 slots. So I think singles should be more than adequate. Well, so if I do 1, 2, and 3, that will give me. What did I miss? 1 off there. That should give me that, and then we can come back over that. It should be walnut, so we should be able to put this down. I was probably a little bit overzealous, to be honest, when I cut those walnut boards, because that is now full. So I really do need to come up with a wood store, don't I? I think. I mean, we've got the firewood for the winter outside the back door there, and that all works fine. Red colour is really weird. Beautiful as ever though. Anyway, we need to get that last one done. My shovel is almost certainly not going to last, but we'll sleep the night off and I will decide what to do in the morning about those crops. I decided to harvest, get what seeds I could and what crops, so that's been harvested. I'm just digging up this lot. My bronze shovel is about to break, and this is where I've kind of grumbled about the general level of durability in not just this, but in a lot of these style of survival games for the early game tools, such as, you know, bronze, copper, flint. You know, a bronze tool or weapon in the Bronze Age would have been a heavily prized possession, and as such it is highly unlikely that somebody would take the time and effort to manufacture a tool which only lasted 2 days, because that is literally how long I have been working at this, is 2 days. So, you know, to wear out a valuable commodity like your bronze shovel that, you know, would be your livelihood, I'm just going to use might as well wear it out actually and get a hotbar slot back. Just seems unreasonable. Now I get that there's an element of game balance here, and that the game designers, you know, are aiming to encourage us to move on from bronze into the Iron Age, and, you know, that's fine. I'd be willing to bet, however, again, this is just conjecture on my part, but the thing that made iron better than bronze, or one of the things that made iron better than bronze, was its ability to hold an edge. It would hold it much longer. It probably lasted longer as well to a degree, but iron would have had downsides over bronze as well, because iron can rust, bronze doesn't. It'll tarnish a little, but in general I would imagine it lasts a lot better than than other things, and you only have to look at the general condition of bronze artifacts we've found compared to, say, well, iron artifacts. Should be enough. So I put the chest out. We've got all of the seeds, and we just need to now replant this field. Well, re-dirt to this field with a new supply of the good stuff, and we'll be ready to implement a proper crop rotation system, and which will hopefully ensure that we don't have this problem of dirt, general dirt fertility going forward for the rest of this year and into the next year. Once I've done that, I think we'll probably be about done for this episode. There's a couple of other minor chores I want to do, and we'll probably try and get those done before we finish, but let me get this finished off and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, I've put in the K's, I think it is. Hang on. Yeah, K's there in this field. This field is peas. I don't have a lot of peas, but hopefully we'll get more seeds as we go along. So here's my onions. This seed field is definitely overkill when considering a pea, but we'll just pile them in nice neat little rows like that. There you go, there's our peas, and that just leaves our ends, which are over in this field, which we need to plant, and that will be our crop rotation underway. Now, to be honest, the ends tend to, or appear to be, turnips and wheats, so we might as well get all of these in. I really do need to improve my lighting out here in this area. So we've got, sorry, I thought I heard something. Let's grab the rye seeds. We'll do those over here, and I think we'll get a good size and batch of those, so we'll put those in. And I think food wise this winter we are not going to be suffering anywhere near as much as we did last winter, just by the sheer volume of food I've got stockpiled. The only significant food I am missing is proteins, meats, and to be honest, it's not the end of the world. You know, I don't think we're particularly penalised. I've not noticed any significant penalisation for having having a nutritional balance or imbalance. So, and there is our rye seeds. And there we go. Crop rotation now active. So the other thing I wanted to do very briefly was I have made a couple of those, and I want to grab some more. Let me grab those, and then we should be able to make at least a couple of those. My clothes are getting a little bit ratty. My leather armor's a little bit worn as well, and I want to, because they've added the ability to repair, and I do need one more of those. So let me get that. Jump in here and go click. No. Is it control, or was it control click? No, you just take, it's because I've got them in stacks. So we can get our clothes repaired. So these should all be now 80 odd, and I believe 4, 5. We just use twine to give them 10%. I'm not going to give them another twine because that would be wasteful. And I am concerned about mainly the state of my leg armor. If I can hit the right keys, but I believe we just need to do that, and it gives us 100 back. Brings it closer in line with the rest of it. So at least we can repair that, and you can repair the chain halberts with chain, and usual what you would kind of expect to be able to repair things with, really. But yeah, I think on that note, that will see us for this episode. We have got quite the little operation going now. It really is starting to come together. Pumpkins are going on over there. The next thing I want to do is work on my vineyard, and then maybe just try and sort out my piggies, if I can. I don't know if we've got any piggies even remotely close by. So on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully my voice has not been too gravelly. It's and not too quiet as well. I am conscious that I'm trying to speak a little bit less loud than I would normally. So on that note, thanks for watching. I will see you soon, and bye for now.